Hello everyone, welcome back to our Java tutorial series. In this video, we will learn about abstract classes in Java. We will understand what an abstract class is, why we use it, and what are the rules. And also, we will see real world examples with code. So let's get started. So what is an abstract class? An abstract class is a class that is declared using an abstract keyword. Okay, so unlike a normal class, we cannot create an object of an abstract class. So as we used to do to create an object for normal class, we cannot instantiate an object for abstract class. So an abstract class can contain abstract methods, normal methods, constructors, variables. Okay, so it provides a common structure that child classes can inherit. Okay, so let me go point wise. So a class declared using the abstract keyword. Okay, a class declared using an abstract keyword. What does it mean? How do we define a class? So the format is how we will write class and class name. It can be anything. Let's say student. And we will write inside this property and behavior. So this is our what normal class. But we are studying what abstract class. So in place of class, we will use the keyword abstract. So this class will become an abstract class. Now we will not call this normal class. This is an abstract class. Why? Because I am using abstract keyword before class. Okay. So a class declared using the abstract keyword is known as abstract class. Second point is it cannot be instantiated. Instantiated means we cannot create an object of this class. Why we cannot create an object of this class? I will explain you, okay? But for now, we understood if we are writing abstract keyword before class name class, so this class will be an abstract class. And we cannot create an object of such classes. And inside an abstract class, we will be having an abstract as well as concrete method. What do we mean by concrete? And what do you mean by abstract? So, abstract means only method declaration. Okay. Abstract means only method declaration. That means we will be having method declaration, not method definition. Okay. So method declaration means what? Let's say we have one method int a. Method name will be, let's say, add, and int a comma int b. Okay. Okay, let me explain you what is method declaration. Okay. Declaration. Okay, method declaration means, so before looking at method declaration, what we know, method definition. So far we are using method definition. How? Let's say we have method public int add int a comma int b, and inside method what we will do, we will return A plus B. So this is what method definition. We are calling this as method definition? Since we are providing the definition of the method, what this method will do, we are providing the logic definition, what this method will do. So this is the syntax of method definition. And how do we call the method? How do we call the method? Method call. So let's say we have this method. Now I want to call this method. How do we call this method? So we call method name using method name followed by arguments. How many parameters do we have here? 2. So how many arguments do we need to pass? 2 arguments. But it is of which data type? Integer. It is of which data type? Integer. So for both arguments, we need to pass an integer type of values. So 10, 20. Okay, so this is what method call. We are calling method and it will execute this method definition. Since method call has 2 number of parameters of integer type and method name is also same. Okay, and we have also learned one more concept in inheritance polymorphism, that is method binding. What is this method binding? Linking method call to the method definition. So linking method call to the method definition. What is method call? This one is method call. What is method definition? This is method definition. So linking method call to method definition is called method binding. We have seen in polymorphism. Why it is used? Because one method call will be there and multiple method definition will be there. Okay, here we have only one method. There will be multiple methods. So which method to call? It depends on the certain parameters that we have seen in the polymorphism. So this is method binding. Now what we are learning? Method declaration. What is method declaration? It is nothing but only declaration. We will only declare the method name and the parameters, number of parameters, int a, comma, int b. That's it. And whatever scope we want to give. So this is what method declaration. Only method name, number of parameters, what data type. We are not providing the definition. We are not providing this part. We are not providing the definition. Okay. We are not providing this part. Method definition. We are giving only declaration. Okay. So this is method declaration, method definition, method call, method binding. So we should know these differences. Okay. Because I will use this terminology in between. Okay, now let's go back to the concept which we are learning. So here what they have mentioned, abstract. What do you mean by abstract? Only method declaration. Okay, so we have seen what is method declaration. And abstract methods, they are saying. Abstract method means only method declaration, not definition. And concrete methods means what? Concrete method means method definition. Okay. concrete method means method definition, and abstract method means only method declaration will be there. So what it is written, used to provide partial abstraction. That means why we are calling partial? We are calling partial since we are having both concrete as well as an abstract method. You can think like abstract means we are telling what we will do. Okay, what we will do, but we are not telling how we will do. What means what? What means method name and its parameter. So by method name, we will be knowing what exactly we want to do. But in method definition, we know how to do because logic will be there. So in abstract method, we only know what needs to do, what needs to be done, okay? Whereas in concrete methods, we are having both what needs to be done as well as how to do that thing, okay? Means what and how both are present in this method, okay? So that's what it is telling partial. That means we are having abstract method as well as concrete method. That's why we are saying partial abstraction. When we will say full abstraction if we'll say means we will not having concrete methods. But in abstract class, we have both abstract as well as concrete methods. So an abstract class is a class that is declared using abstract keyword. Okay. And we cannot create an object of an abstract class. And abstract class can contain abstract methods. Abstract methods means without implementation. Without implementation. That means definition, okay? Implementation, definition, logic, okay? So without implementation, we will be having an abstract method and normal method. Normal method means concrete. We will be having both. Okay, that is method definition. And apart from these two, we will be having constructors as well as variables. Now, why do we need an abstract class? What is the use of abstract class? Suppose we have different payment methods, okay? Like credit card, UPI, and net banking. And every payment method must perform a payment, okay? But the implementation of each one of that credit card, UPI, and net banking are different. Okay, for each payment type, it is different. So instead of writing separate unrelated classes, we can create one abstract class that defines the common structure. Okay. So what I am saying, let's say we have three payment method, okay? What are those? Credit card, and let's say UPI and net banking, okay? So these are the three payment methods. These are the what? Three payment methods. And what I am saying every payment method must perform a payment. Okay, but the logic of processing credit card, logic of processing UPI, logic of processing net banking, that is implementation of these three methods will be different. Implementation different. Okay. So instead of writing separate unrelated classes, we can create one abstract class that defines the common structure. Then every child class provides its own implementation. Okay, you can think like we have some parent class called payment. and these all are child classes. In each child classes, we are defining one method, and their implementations are different. Okay. So instead of defining all three places, we can provide a common structure in the abstract class. This improves code reusability and creates a better object-oriented design. Okay, so what they have written here, common properties and methods. Okay, so we need something common. So we will create an abstract class and we will define there 4 subclasses to implement important methods. Okay, it is telling if we, let's say if we have an abstract class. Okay, if we have an abstract class and if we are defining anything abstract methods. Okay, abstract method means what? Only method declaration. Only method declaration. Okay, I hope by now you are clear what is method declaration. So let's say int add int a comma int b. Okay, so this method declaration, we are not defining it. Okay, so if we have an abstract class and there is one more class which is child class, and child class, let's say class child, and it is extends, that means parent class xyz, this is an abstract class, then we have to give the definition of this abstract method declaration in the child class. Okay, so let's say we have an abstract class. Okay, abstract class, let's say person. Okay, and inside this class we have one abstract method. What is the name of that method? Let's say anything, we can pick void abstract void, let's say drive. Okay, now that's it. So this is what abstract method, only method declaration. We are not defining, we are not providing the implementation of this method in this class. Okay, so now we will have one concrete method. Concrete means what? Concrete means we will give method definition. So let's say we are having one print statement and we are printing something. Okay, so this is an abstract class, and in abstract class we have an abstract method as well as non-abstract or concrete method. What do we mean by abstract method? Abstract method is the method in which we do not provide implementation, and non-abstract or concrete method is the method in which we provide the implementation. Okay, so this is an abstract class. Now we will use this abstract class as a parent class, and we will create one child class. Let's say class. Okay, we will class, let's say employee, and extends, what is the parent name of class? Person. Okay, now this is child class, and inside child class what we will do, since we are using extends person, this is parent class and this is an abstract class, so whatever abstract method present in the parent class we need to define in the child class. Okay, what I said, we need to define all abstract methods present in the parent class to the child class. So that means whatever abstract methods that been defined in the parent class, so for those abstract class we need to give method definition in the child class. So what are the abstract method in the parent class? Drive. So in this class we need to give the implementation of this method. So void drive, and let's say any print statement, print driving. So we have defined an abstract method. Okay, defined an abstract method in the child class. So we have given the definition. We have provided the implementation. Okay. So what does it mean? So since person is an abstract class and child class must provide its implementation. Okay. So, and one more thing, if we don't provide the, if we do not provide the implementation in the child class, if we do not provide the implementation in the child class of an abstract method, then this class needs to be declared as an abstract. What does it mean? Suppose we have one parent class and in which we have one abstract method, and we are defining one child class, and parent class is abstract class, then whatever abstract method, all abstract method should be defined in the child class. And if you are not defining even a single abstract method in the child class, then child class needs to be an abstract. Why? Because we are not defining an abstract class in this method. Okay. So we will understand with the example so that we'll have better clarity. Okay. For now, we are going over definition only. So what it will increase? Code reusability, better design. Okay. And this point we have just now seen, forces subclasses, that is child classes, to implement important methods. What is this important? An abstract method. Okay. Abstract method. Now we will take some real life example. Okay, so let's understand using a vehicle example. So every vehicle can start the engine. Okay, every vehicle can start the engine, stop the engine. So these behaviors are common. Okay, but the way is vehicle driven differs, right? So this will be common in all vehicle, but this will be different. Why different? Because the behaviors differs of driving in every vehicle. The way of vehicle is driven, that will be different. So for example, a car drives differently, okay, and bike drives differently. Okay, that's why we are mentioning as vehicle. Okay, so a car will drive differently, a bike will drive differently. So what we are doing, so we will implement common methods in an abstract class and leave the drive method abstract, so that whatever vehicle class that will be child class will be giving definition of this method. Okay. Okay, let's go to IntelliJ so that we'll have better clarity. Okay. So what we are learning? We are learning abstract classes. Now we will define one abstract class. So for that, I will create one new class. And name of the class is vehicle. Okay. I will put here abstract. So this is an abstract class. Now in the abstract class we can have two things. What are the two things? Abstract methods as well as non-abstract methods, or we can say concrete methods. What does it mean, concrete methods? That means method with implementation, or you can say method definition. And what are the abstract methods? Abstract method means only method declaration, no method definition. Okay, that means you can see method without implementation. Okay, so only two things will be there: abstract methods and non-abstract methods in the vehicle class. Okay, and there will be some more like constructors, variable, those will be present. So we will define one abstract method, abstract void drive. Drive is what? Drive is the method name. Since we are using an abstract keyword, this method become an abstract method. See, in the abstract method, we are not providing any definition. We are just declaring. Okay. Now there will be non-abstract method. This is nothing but normal methods. Okay. Normal methods we have been defining. Start engine. So we'll define and we'll say engine started. So this is what? This is abstract method. This is normal method which we are defining till now. So here vehicle is an abstract class. The drive method has no implementation, so it is an abstract method. And start engine method has implementation, making it a concrete method. An abstract class can contain both type of methods. Okay. Now we will implement child class. Since it is vehicle, we will be having one child class, let's say car. Since car is a child class, we need to use extends keyword. Extends. What is the parent class name? Vehicle. Now see, it is giving compilation error. Why? Because we have one rule. If we are extending the abstract class, then whatever abstract method, all abstract methods in the parent class, that should be defined in the child class. So we have one method defined as an abstract, that is drive. This needs to be defined in the child class, that is car. That's why it is giving compilation error. So let's define void drive and we will give implementation. Car is driving. See, error is gone. That means for all abstract method present in the abstract class, that should be defined in the child class. And if we are not defining an all abstract method of parent class into the child class, then we need to make child class also as an abstract class. This is an important point, okay? So here car extends the abstract class vehicle. Since vehicle contains an abstract method, car class must provide its implementation. If it does not provide, then car class must also be declared as an abstract class. Okay, now I will go to the main method. Since we are knowing like we cannot create an object of abstract class, we cannot instantiate abstract class, but we have concrete class, that is child class car. So we can create an object of child class. So reference we can create of parent, okay, but the object we can create only of child class. That is non-abstract. See, new means object creation. We cannot put here the abstract class name since we cannot create an object of abstract class. Since child is not an abstract class, that's why we are able to create an object of child class in this example. Okay, now I will call the method of what? Start engine. It is in parent class. See, so this would give the output engine started. Let's verify. Okay, so engine started. Now let's say vehicle dot drive. Okay, so drive method is present in parent class, but parent class is an abstract class. That means it has only method declaration. Now in the child class car we have the implementation of this drive method. And what is the implementation? Car is driving. So the output should come as car is driving. See, so you can notice that we are creating the object of child class, not the abstract class. Okay, so the reference type is vehicle. Okay, while the object is of car class. Okay, so this is also an example of runtime polymorphism. Okay, I hope you understood the concept of an abstract class. I will just revisit. So if we are creating an abstract class, we should use abstract keyword. And an abstract class can have both methods, abstract method as well as non-abstract method. What is non-abstract method? The method which we are defining so far, that is non-abstract method. That means the normal methods we call it as non-abstract, concrete methods, method with implementation, method definition. So the normal methods will be as it is, but add-on is like we will be having an abstract method. Abstract method means we will be using an abstract keyword before the method, okay, before the return type, and this method will not have the implementation, or we can say it will be only method declaration. Okay, so this is the definition of an abstract class. Okay, now if we are creating a child class from this abstract class, let's say car, and vehicle is an abstract class, that is parent class, then we need to follow one rule, and that rule is all abstract methods present in parent class should be defined in the child class. So let's say if we have 10 abstract methods in vehicle class, then those 10 methods, those 10 abstract methods should be defined in the car class. Then only this class will be normal class. And let's say out of this 10 abstract method, we are defining only 9 methods in the class car and one method is still an abstract, then in that case, we need to make this car class as an abstract class. Why? Because it has one abstract method still undefined. So if we are making a normal class, that means all abstract methods should be defined. Okay. And at last, we are creating an object of non-abstract class. That means normal class. And child class is the normal class. So we are calling the method of the child class. So I hope you understood. Let's go to the rules of an abstract class. What are the rules of an abstract class? So an abstract class uses the abstract keyword, okay, and it cannot be instantiated. That is, we cannot create object of abstract class. And we have seen it can have abstract methods as well as concrete methods, and it can have constructor and instance variable. Okay, these two it can have. Static methods, final methods, this will be available as it is. Okay, this will be available, but this will be available as a normal class, but these are the focus point: abstract method and non-abstract method, that is normal method only. Okay, so can have constructor, can have variables, okay, can contain static methods and can have final methods also. So an abstract class is much more flexible than an interface. Okay, what is interface we'll see, but you can keep in mind like abstract class is flexible. Okay, so constructor, we have seen abstract method, concrete method, constructor. Okay, I will give one example. Can an abstract class have a constructor? Let's go and see. So since we are having class vehicle, okay, in this class I can define one constructor. So I am defining what is the rule of constructor. Name will be same as class name, and I will print, what I will print, vehicle constructor. So I have defined in abstract class constructor. Okay, now I will, and car is what? Car is child class. Okay, so let me delete for now this thing to avoid confusion. I will delete everything. Okay, see, this is vehicle constructor and this is child class, and in child class I have not provided anything, and I will create an object of child class. Okay, so what I'm doing, although we cannot create an object of an abstract class, but an abstract class can have constructors. So whenever a child class, so car is child class, right? So whenever a child class object is created, okay, constructor of the abstract class, what it will do, it will initialize the common data shared by all child class. So the main use of constructor in an abstract class is to initialize the common data shared by all child classes. So the main purpose is to initialize the data. Okay. Now we need to have some important points. So an abstract class cannot instantiate. Okay, instantiate means an object cannot be created, and it can have constructors we have seen just now, can contain abstract as well as concrete methods we have seen with the examples. Okay, child class must implement abstract method. This is very important rule. Okay, if child class is not implementing an abstract class, then we need to define child class as an abstract class. Okay, this is an important point. So that's why in order to not define child class and abstract class, we need to, that is why it is written must implement all abstract methods of parent class. Okay, whatever abstract method that is present in parent class, those abstract method definition must be provided in the child class. And if we are failed to, and if we are not defining a single abstract method in a child class, then child class needs to be an abstract class. Okay, it supports inheritance and runtime polymorphism. Inheritance means we are learning, right, parent and child class. What is in parent class? Parent class is an abstract class and child class. So whatever abstract method we are having in abstract class needs to be defined in child class. So this is inheritance. And what is runtime polymorphism? So we have a number of methods, but which method will be called is decided by what type of object it is. And based on the type of object, those class method will be called. Okay, that's why it is runtime polymorphism also supporting. Now, okay, we'll move forward. So this is the difference between normal class and abstract class. Okay, what are the difference? So normal class can create object, right? Using new keyword we can create new student. Okay, but we cannot create an object of abstract class. Okay, and normal class have only concrete method. Concrete means method. Implementation will be there. Implementation will be there. Implementation, or you can say definition. Definition will be there. And here we'll be having both. Concrete means what? With method definition, with implementation. Abstract means what? What? Without definition, without implementation. So abstract class will have both type. And that's why, since we are having without definition method, that's why we are not able to create object also. And inheritance is optional for normal class. Okay, we can define normal class. Even if we don't use inheritance, it will work normally. But this concept of abstraction using abstract class is mainly designed for inheritance. Why? Because we want to show only essential details to the end user using abstraction, and we want to hide the complexity part in the background. So a normal class can be instantiated directly, an abstract class cannot. Okay, and a normal class usually contains only implemented methods, whereas an abstract class can contain both implemented and unimplemented methods. Abstract classes are mainly used as base class for inheritance. You can say base class or parent class. Okay, so let's conclude here. What are these points? Abstract class provides partial abstraction. Why partial? Because we are using abstract as well as concrete or non-abstract methods. So we are using both, that's why we are saying partial abstraction. And cannot create objects. Okay. And it is used as parent class. Abstract class used as parent class, and it improves the design and the code reusability. So that's all for this video. I hope this tutorial helped you understand the concept of abstract class, and thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.